For the kickback, you get into a quadricep position on the ground. That means on your hands and knees, and then you engage your abs. Shift your weight onto one knee and lift the other foot to the sky. Tight squeeze at the top. Slowly lower back down, hover the knee above the ground, and repeat 12 to 20 times per leg per set. Something to watch out for is to keep your abs nice and tight the entire time and your hips parallel to the ground. Avoid rotating the hips up as your leg comes up. You want to keep the hips nice and square, and you also want to avoid tugging your chin or throwing up your head, which will cause you to round and arch your back. So the entire goal is to keep your back really nice and flat and stable here, not compromise position, because we're trying to teach our back to protect itself by staying straight and stable. It's totally normal if you lose tension in your abs in between. A good cue to pull your abs in is coughing. When we cough, we bring our ribs in and down and we contract our abs, and that's actually where our abs should be for the entire duration of the workout. So if you're unsure if you're braced enough, just cough and you will see if your ribs move or not. Something a lot of people also struggle with is their head position. They tend to look down at their knees or they tend to look up, which will, as we saw, cause our back to round or arch. So just keep looking at that space between your hands. That will put your neck into a neutral position and will help you keeping that spine nice and straight. So just keep practicing. You want to aim for about 12 to 20 repetitions per leg per set. After you did that, so maybe a total of 40 repetitions per set, you want to rest for a little bit. I like to come into a child's pose. It stretches my back, my shoulders, my glutes. You can either leave your hands in the front or you can bring them into the back and just take a couple deep breaths, and I would aim for about 30 seconds and then go right into the next set. So the next exercise that we want to do is the Superman. You want to lay on the floor looking down at the ground with your palms to the floor, and then you lift your arms and legs. You can modify this and leave the legs on the ground and just lift your arms in the beginning. You want to, again, make sure that you keep that chin tucked, that you're not looking up or looking down, so you're having a neutral neck, a straight line in your spine here. And you want to squeeze that butt real tight as your chest comes up, pause at the top, and then release back down. You're just gently putting that head down, maybe not even releasing all the way to the floor, so don't worry about smushing your nose into the ground. Make sure that you have tension all the way into your fingertips and your toes, so you're really elongated here and lifting your body with that lower back. If you want to, you can combine these two exercises into a superset, performing them back to back. Start with the Superman and then go right into your kickbacks without a break. Then you rest and then you perform both exercises back to back again, and again do that 3 to 5 times. And don't forget to stretch. And our last exercise for today is a breathing exercise. I'm going to have you lay on the floor with your feet up on the wall and your knees and hips at 90 degrees. And at this position, I'll just have you take a few deep breaths in and out and monitor where that air is flowing into your body. Think of your body as a soda can. A full soda can is very hard to bend or dent. An empty soda can is very easy to just fold down. So the same is true for our torso. Our muscles and our flesh and organs are basically the can, and the air is the soda. So if we have a full lung full of air and are using our muscles to contract against that, we have very high intra-abdominal pressure and are very stable in our spine. So what we're practicing here is to, instead of just lifting the chest to allow air to flow into our lungs, is to contract the diaphragm, which is a membrane that is below our lungs, and it actually pushes our organs down and into the belly and allows air to flow into our lungs that way. So what we want to do is use the floor as an immediate feedback to feel our lower back expanding with that airflow. So now that you have that really nice 365-degree expansion in your torso and created that intra-abdominal pressure by holding your muscles against it, you have a really nice and stable spine. Just practice that every day and you will be absolutely golden.